Well, I'm just heading off to the GP's. I'm also going to drop in at Liquorland, get some vino. I tried getting an appointment with the GP next week, but gee, they make it tough. They really, their customer service is not user friendly. I emailed them and they said that I'd have to ring them to make the actual appointment, and to get details. I'm thinking, what's the difference between an email and actually speaking to someone behind a counter? I don't get that. But anyway, so I tried ringing all day, and the bloody phone was constantly engaged. Just the usual crap you get from the medical profession at the moment. So basically I'm going to have to front up there this morning. They close at 10 AM. They open from 8 until 10 AM on Saturdays. So I'm heading off at about 25 past 9. It'll take me 20 minutes to get there. And I would have ridden my bush bike, but you can hear probably how much wind there is. It's quite a strong westerly. Would have been hell trying to ride the bike up here this morning. It actually doesn't feel that unpleasant to walk. It's because it is a breeze, so it actually takes a bit of the edge off the heat. And speaking of heat, I actually turned my aircon on last night about 9:30 at night in the lounge room, because it just seems so damn hot, and that's a very rare thing for me to do. So I looked it up online, and it said it was 29 degrees, but it felt like 36 degrees. The humidity level was 89%. Gives you an indication of how incredibly humid it is right here at the moment. Horrible. I made the right decision not riding the bike up the main road here, because until you get to Cottesloe it was a really bad headwind. So it wouldn't have been much fun. Just saw a guy just rode past on the footpath. I think he had a cigarette in his bloody mouth as he's riding the push bike. Contradiction in messages there. Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm hearing a lot more air cons on at the moment. This morning I did. A lot of people were doing their motor mowing in the morning to avoid the heat. Very sensible. It heats up pretty fast. It's hot at the moment, but it's going to be a lot worse in a few hours. So it's not a nice time of year to be here. Very damn hot. And this 20-minute walk each way will do me for the day. I'll be hitting the liquids real hard when I get home. Oh, yeah. Glad I had an alcohol-free day last night. But I slept a bit better. But yeah, it's hard work walking around this part of the world at this time of the year. Real late summer stuff. I mean, it's technically they call this spring now. It's farcical. It's as hot as it's been in summer. It's pretty bad. And of course these bloody fronds are everywhere. Oh, I made it to the halfway mark walking back. So everything's arranged at the appointment. I got myself a couple of bottles of cheap red, and now just got to survive getting back to my home without dehydrating. We'll see how we go. Psychologically, it's a lot better knowing I'm going home now, rather than thinking about 40 minutes of walking in this sort of heat. Not good. I see the press were talking about the possibility of there being a Chernobyl taking place once more in the Ukraine, because apparently some outbuildings are on fire near the biggest nuclear plant in Europe, apparently. And luckily they weren't crucial buildings and the fires have been extinguished. But it just shows you, how many hazards there are when you go in with a huge military force You may plan for certain things to happen, but it doesn't work out that way normally. The fog of war, anything can happen, and it's a very dangerous time. So this has dragged on way a lot longer than what Putin was hoping. So he has miscalculated for sure, and it's costing his economy a hell of a lot, costing his prestige a hell of a lot, and this could be his downfall. But that's just total guesswork. I have no idea what's happening internally. Everybody's shit scared of him. He rules like Stalin, and people are just afraid to contradict him. And it's not a healthy situation. He looks after the oligarchs, the wealthy oligarchs, and they support him. You know, this is sort of pretty classic type of setup. Terrible for the average person, because like I say, corruption basically eats away at the economy. People don't believe that they have a fair go, then it does erode your economic potential. A note that needs to be put to Joe Biden, who his last Supreme Court appointment has been appointed because of her sex and ethnicity, not primarily because of her ability. And that's the sort of thing that will eat away at a society. It'll white ant it and cause its downfall if it isn't stemmed. And that the only good thing I can say about Vladimir Putin is that he isn't woke. That I share his sentiments as far as that's concerned, but I do not condone his methodology when it comes to suppressing other countries, even though that country may have a lot of its own problems. That's not the point. Both Russia and Ukraine have got a lot of corruption, have got a lot of problems, and I hope this is actually the right one. I think it is. Oh God. I could never pick this particular crescent. Hopefully I've got the right place this time. We'll see. It's a very strange shape. It's not like a standard crescent shape, because it goes into this curve and it sort of comes out the other way a bit too. So yeah, a bit weird, because you've got to go all the way up there before it actually curves in again. Well, it's around midday and I'm going to head outside and do battle with the palm fronds, which are my great nemesis in life. There they are, sitting there in a stack. That's just from that one small palm tree in the front. So I've got to get that sorted. But you know how I've had trouble with electronics lately, like with my laptop and my mobile phone. On top of that, with my main computer, it just did another reboot. It's done this about every day, once or twice a day. I don't know if it's the heat or whether it's a particular game I'm playing, which is a strange thing, because it's an old game and it doesn't use many resources. But it does appear to coordinate when I'm playing that. So who knows, if you're multitasking on a computer, even if it's a powerful computer, I guess it can cause some conflict. So who knows? But it's just my luck at the moment. Just anything electronics turning to crap if I touch it. But at least I got a couple of decent suggestions from people who are watching the channel, so I appreciate that, about how to maybe get the charging of my mobile working. I might have to replace the cord, as Sid mentioned, and someone else mentioned I might have to just basically just clean out the connection and just blow any dust out. And it's worth a try. It's pretty easy to do. So do the easy things first, the simple things first, and it's generally something like that before you get into anything complicated. But yeah, I'd hate to have to change the phone though, because it would be a real hassle. So that'd be good. But yeah, it's about midday and I reckon it's probably 32, 34 degrees already, and it's just a matter of survival. I don't know how I'm going to go with my GP appointment tomorrow, my initial appointment, about 2:30, which would happen to be the hottest time of the day, I reckon, about 2:30. It's just about the worst time to venture out. Whether I'll be able to ride the bike, or whether it's cool enough to do that, or whether I should just walk it. Depends on the wind and everything, I suppose, but it's only about an 8-minute trip on the bike and 20 minutes by walking, so yeah, I'd rather ride if I could, but just depends on the headwinds and things, because it's actually a little cooling when you're on the bike. Even on a hot day, you do get a bit of a breeze. You just create it by movement. So that is the upside. Anyway, I'll just get out there again and fill up the wheelie bin. It's a losing battle with the fronds. There's no way I can keep up with it, but I've also got this prickly weed that goes right throughout the garden, and that's a pain. I'll probably have to bite the bullet and get some landscapers in. I'd hate to be doing landscaping work in a canned summer. Oh God, that'd be horrible. But yeah, if you're young and you're energetic and you've got plenty of liquid, I guess you can do that sort of stuff. Not for me. I think I'm past all that. And one other thing too, I just went out to do my watering this morning in the garden, and the last few mornings I've been totally inundated by ants. Well, actually, I think they're termites, because they're actually like a tan colour. And they're everywhere. They sort of just jump onto you, and they're real pains in the backside. So insect life is really going gangbusters here. I did have a plague of beetles in the kitchen, but they're gone. I think what's happened is that the local skink population seems to have gone up. So little lizards are everywhere. You see them everywhere. They're about so big, and I think they're just multiplying in the heat. There's a stack of them out there, and you've got a heap of termites to devour. If that's their sort of choosing, they're in skink heaven at the moment. So yeah, the heat has a few consequences, and that's another one of them. This can't go on for too much longer. This should be near the end of summer. It's technically this is spring, but you know, again, it doesn't work out with the real season. The real season finishes around the 20th of the month. That's how they do it in Europe, and I think that's spot on. But yeah, so we're going to have a bit more of this heat. If I can endure the next few weeks, hopefully that'll be it, and I can get back to not using aircon on a regular basis, which will be nice. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.